Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. My name is Matt. I'm the CMO at Legendary Marketer, and we are live. It's Wednesday, June 15th. This is not a pre recorded drill. It's just we're 150% live right here, right now. I don't know if you can see this. Hang on. Hang on. Here we go. Wednesday, June 15th. Bang. It's 7 a.m. around my parts here, because I'm on the West Coast, so I'm not on the East Coast. We all work remotely here at Legendary. I'm gonna put this up on the screen just so everybody can see it. I gotta move my head a little bit so that I can read it. But hey, nobody from our staff is ever gonna message you. We are not out there Facebook messaging people from this show. So if somebody's messaging you saying bad things about Legendary, or maybe they're even saying good things about Legendary, and they're just saying, hey, you need an extra mentor or guru or something, or they're trying to get you to invest in some sort of Bitcoin Ponzi scheme thing. Look, just ignore it. There's a great way on Facebook that you can go into your privacy settings and just turn off your message notifications, and don't even allow people to message you. How about that for a life hack? If you're new or this is your first time tuning in, welcome. We go live every single Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's usually Dave or myself. I typically host Wednesdays, and then Dave will host the remainder of the week. But you can text the letters WUL. It stands for Wake Up Legendary, WUL, to 813-296-8553. Again, that's 813-296-8553. And what will happen is every single time that we go live on Monday through Friday, you're going to receive a short little text message. It's going to have a Facebook link that will direct you straight into the show. It's literally the easiest possible thing. It's like having a little alarm clock that's set for you every day. Okay, so sign up for that text message reminder and make sure that you actually tune into the show. Okay, every single Monday through Friday, you're going to hear from just a normal person. These aren't celebrities. They aren't, it's not like we're bringing in these Amazon or New York Times bestsellers, or I don't know, some big guru who's trying to sell some hot new self-improvement thing or anything like that. We're just normal people just like you. Bring them on the show and talk about how they found success online. And we've been doing it now for 2.5-ish years, 2 years, 2.5 years. And every time, I swear, that we bring somebody on, it's a new gold nugget. It's another big takeaway. We dive into their marketing, and it's the best possible way to wake up when you've got Fox News and CNN and all of this bullshit online, or I'm sorry, on cable news or online. Why not wake up with a little dose of inspiration, with a little dose of positivity, and especially a little dose of hope and a reminder that, hey, I can do this. I can figure this out. So we're going to bring on our guest for today, back from sort of my parts in the Midwest, Victoria from Minnesota. What's happening?
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Hi. Yeah, hello.
How are
My
you?
name's
How's your morning so
Victoria.
far?
Doing well, doing well. It's
Cool.
getting over the heat because I'm not used to the heat. We had
Yeah.
99 degrees yesterday, and that's feels like a new record, but it's normally 70.
Oh, that's pretty hot for the Midwest.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about you. Bring us into your world. How did you find us? You do some teaching, you've got kids, and just you've got all kinds of stuff going on. Tell us a little bit about how you ended up in the Legendary community. What have you tried in the past, and we'll go from there.
Sure, sure. Yeah, my name's Victoria. I teach online, and I have for a few years. I did the traditional route. I went to school, got the big degree, ended up $50,000 in debt, and then tried to get the dream job that I've always wanted, only to find out that you have to be a part of associations. You got to rub shoulders and schmooze with people, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's not very fun in my book, but I'd rather
Yeah.
just teach. And there was all this politics that had to go with it that I didn't like. So I was able to find the job that I wanted that teaches totally online, and I loved it,
Mm,
but I was limited because I can only do part time. They don't do full time. So
mm.
then I'm like, well, okay, I love this job. I want to keep this job, but what else can I do? And I've tried a million side hustles, but a lot of them don't work for me because I've got 3 kids, I've got my husband to take care of, and I take care of my elderly mom. She's 86 and she can't really get around very well anymore.
Jeez.
So I got, little only a few hours a day to work, and when I found a little video of legendary marketer, I was like, I could do this. A couple hours a day, do some videos, batch them out, and this could work for me. And
Mhm.
so when I saw, I was watching some people on TikTok and Instagram and saw these videos talking about, this 15-day challenge, and I thought, okay, $7, that's not breaking the bank. Let's give it a try. And here I found all these videos, and it's like, this is something I could totally do. Like, this is already, talking about doing stuff online and making videos. It's not that difficult, just a few hours. I'm like, yeah, this is something manageable. This is something doable. And it took off from there.
Wow, that's crazy. And well, it really took off because you're at 21,000 followers. How long ago did you discover Legendary, and what, coming from a little bit of a background of like traditional education, I just feel like the entrepreneurial route, had you tried entrepreneurial stuff before? Or like, the entrepreneurial route is so different than that. And it's, I think, hard. A lot of times it's really hard for people who come from traditional education. I did. I came, I kind of, I wasn't like starting as a teacher. I didn't get like master's degrees and stuff, but um, I went the traditional route and felt successful in that because it felt like it was just guided. People told me what to do. So transitioning to sort of entrepreneurial type, was that hard? Was it easy? What was that like?
A lot of trial and error. I tried a lot of side hustles. I tried a lot of different things. The one that was the most successful for me was teaching online to Chinese kids. So, like, it would be a video teaching a 25-minute scheduled class. They're in China,
Mm.
I'm here, and you just teach English. But last fall, the Chinese government completely shut it all down. Oh, hang on, that's my dog.
It's okay. I've got my little dog who is always interrupting my trainings. Always.
He's a big Pyrenees, so he's a big boy. But yeah, so VIP Kid got completely shut down, as well as the entire industry of teaching English classes online because the Chinese government said too much Western influence, no more foreign teachers. So the
Wow.
entire industry got shut down. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, well, now what? So
Jeez.
come October, I got the last class, and I thought, okay, well, then what am I going to do now? So then I started looking around, and I found some of the little videos in about November ish, and started kind of looking more into it, and looking, understanding, well, what is affiliate marketing? What is it all about? And trying to understand because I'd never heard of it, never seen of it.
Hmm.
And I started seeing trying to research more and try to figure out what it is online and read some, Google it and see what it is. And
Yeah.
um, when I finally got into the 15-day challenge, I think it was the beginning of December. And since we had holidays and everything else, I finally got into I talked to a guy named Pierre. He was amazing and he was able to explain everything to me. And he got me hooked up with the blueprints. And that just completely blew my mind. And I started my first video got launched on January 11th. So it's been since January.
Wow. Crazy. So that, I mean, in the world of digital marketing, a lot of people would say that took a long time. But in reality, for me, I've been in this industry for a long time. I think that that's fast. I think getting your first sale in a few months or in your first 6 months or something is fast because I come from a world that, back in 2010 and 11, it was like, you know, you might have spent 6 months setting up your first blog because it was like there wasn't TikTok and there wasn't YouTube and stuff. I'm gonna guess and assume that you found it decently easy to get going on TikTok and that process wasn't too tough because of all the teaching that you've done. Is that right?
Yeah, because I've already done teaching classes, like, college classes, and
Mhm.
then my little dino up here teaching VIP kid classes.
Yep.
I was already comfortable with camera. I'm already comfortable with recording. I already had equipment. So that part of it was the easy part. It was the
Yeah.
strategy and what to say, how to say it. And that's where the blueprints came
Mm,
in. Because I'm like, not only is that the done for you campaigns, but like all the teaching videos that you had done were amazing. Like there was one
cool.
that you did that had such a gold nugget that I just clung to that gold nugget. That was the one where it's, towards the bottom, and it was saying, like, leads turn into follows, and then follows turn into sales, and it's like, it's a process. You
Mm,
gotta go through the steps. It takes time. It's not gonna be overnight, but you gotta
yeah.
stay consistent and keep with it, and everybody said, "Stay consistent, stay consistent." I'm like, "Okay, just keep going, keep going. The train will move, it'll get there, just it might take a little while, but it'll get there."
For sure, yeah. And it is a real I mean, it really is a process, and I think, like, it's I don't know. To me, it's just it's funny because, there's such some of it is it takes a long time. Like, some of it just I think there's a sticking period or something where there's a span of time where it's like it takes a little bit for it to stick with people. And like, the piece that you said there, your videos draw engagement, engagement draws followers, followers draw leads, and leads draw sales. And for some, that happens fast and quick, and others that happens a little slower and not necessarily overnight. Um, but I will say that over time, those 5 sales a month often turn into 10 sales a month, and those 10 sales a month often turn into 20. And I would just say a lot of times people don't have the patience to sort of see that through. So kudos to you because even 90 days to 6 months, that's a very common window of time for people to quit. Very common. I mean, that is the window. Is that 90-day? I mean, heck, people are lucky sometimes to even log into the training, which is crazy. But I mean, thousands of people who buy our training, who buy our courses, and never ever open the damn thing.
I've noticed that. That shocked me because 'cause I'm like, "Here you're spending money for something and you're not even gonna open it?" I mean, I've even seen, like, some of the members say, like, "Never opened, never opened." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, listen, in the digital education world, in sort of it can be a myriad of things. Lots of people misspell their email address. Lots of people, and so they never get their logins. Lots of people purchase things and forget, like, within 12 hours that it ever happened. People purchase it while they're high. People purchase it while they're drunk. People, it's just it's all manner of craziness. And so then you end up with a pool of people every month, and you look at it and you're like, geez, these people never even logged in. But this has been happening, and it'll happen forever in whenever you sell something online. I think, though, the trick is, as an affiliate market, right? So, like, as somebody who works within our company, that's something that we sort of worry and stress about a lot. Um, but as an affiliate marketer, the beautiful part for an affiliate, or maybe the challenge for an affiliate, is to sort of focus on nothing but traffic, right? For an affiliate, for somebody who's brand new to affiliate marketing, or even just generally, like, any sort of referral based marketing, this would also apply to network marketing. Um, Anybody who's an affiliate for a product, right? And once you start to go down the road of, like, oh my gosh, maybe people aren't going through the training, or maybe people who are buying stuff aren't going to buy high ticket stuff because they're not going through it. That's a total distraction point because it's completely out of your control. You've started to worry, you know what I mean? People start
Yep.
to worry about things that are completely, they have zero control over it. they try to control it, and then what happens is their front end traffic goes down, right? So it actually is sort of doubles the problem. It exponentially increases the problem. The first thing that happens is they're worried or nervous about, oh my gosh, my front end sales. Okay, now I'm going to freak out and worry all about that. And then I'm going to realize that I have no control over that, and there's nothing I can do. And now all the energy and time and whatever I've spent trying to solve that, I've not used that to drive more front end sales, and now my front end sales are gone, and it sort of compounds the problem. And now I'm in this place where my business is falling apart. So anyway, I don't know why, where,
No.
how, what I was going on that rant for, but
No, but it's true, like, you can't control every little aspect of it. I mean, that it is somewhat passive, and that I honestly, I think that that's actually a relief for me because I am kind of an anxious person, and I
sure.
was worried about, like, "Oh, how am I gonna get this to work? How are people gonna enter into the funnel? How am I gonna see how long until I see sales?" And, time is clicking. I wanna see sales, and it does get you a little anxious because it's like, "Well, when is it gonna start happening?" And you can get impatient waiting for it to happen or waiting for things to start moving. And it took probably into the second month, about the end of the second month, before I finally started seeing actually things start happening. And I was nervous those first, January, February months when didn't really see a lot feedback, didn't really see a lot going on. It takes a long time to get to that first 1,000 on TikTok. And it does take time, and you gotta be patient and kinda wait for things to start happening, but then once the ball gets rolling, you get that momentum going, and all of a sudden it's like,
Mm.
"Whoa." I had a couple videos go viral, and it was just like it was viral for probably a week and a half, and it just didn't stop, it kept going and going. I thought, "Oh, wow, 10,000 views, yay. Oh, wow, 30,000 views, wow." And all of a sudden 50, and it finally got up to I think it ended about 690, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh."
It's a
That's
lot
insane.
of views, right?
When most of them are getting, like, 200, 300 on a good day.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was definitely freaking out, like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever."
Well, what's kind of funny? I was looking, we've been looking at a few different people, but I was looking at um have you heard, I've been talking a lot about this, but have you heard me mention recently anything about the idea what I call the nonstop social cycle? Have you
Yes,
heard
I
about
did
this?
see that from the email, yes.
Okay. So I've been talking about this a little bit, and what I've been finding is that people who sort of for instance, right now, one of the hottest things is Facebook Reels. And I was just looking at this guy. His name's Bob. He's got 94,000 followers on Facebook, which I is a number I was like, holy shit, that's a lot. Um, and his reels, okay, so I saw this reel that he posted the other day, and I'm gonna just put it up in front of the camera and you can check this out. But it got somewhere in the range of, let's see, there was 1.7 million views on it. Oh, it's got 3.7 million now. So on Monday, I looked at this video, okay? Oh, hang on. Okay. On Monday, I was looking at this video right here. Let me see if I can show you this. There we go. That one. You can barely see it. It says 3.7 million.
Mhm.
Um, and on Monday it had 1.7 million. But he had posted this video, I think on Friday or Saturday. Um, so if you think about just doing a little bit of a calculation there, you're talking like 5 days or something with 4 million views. Like
That's
he's
insane.
averaging somewhere in the range of like 7 to 800,000 views a day. And on that one video, he's got one since then, uh that he's posted too within the last, I think, 48 hours or something, that already has a million views, and he had 65,000 followers on Monday. So in the last 48 hours, less than 48 hours, he's accumulated 30,000 followers on Facebook.
That's
So
huge.
yeah, the message is like there's 200 and so people and a couple thousand who will watch this video. The message is that Facebook Reels is I don't think even in the heyday of TikTok, the maximum traffic that I ever saw on TikTok, I don't think that I ever saw this. And there's a reason that here at Legendary we had our second highest day in challenge sales yesterday, because a lot of people are catching on to this Facebook Reels thing. But here's what I wanted to say. A lot of times when this happens, right, and people will start to, and by the way, hang on, one more thing that I
The
want to
roller
point out.
coaster.
One more thing that I want to point out about why this is happening is because Facebook added this little follow on the reels
Mhm,
right next to their name. And that didn't exist before when they launched that. They didn't have that. And so now these that follow right next to the name is now growing people's pages and profiles faster than ever. And the reach of Facebook is massive because there's so many people on it.
mhm.
And um the what'll happen is a lot of people will jump and just start going to Facebook and they'll get off TikTok. But guess what? Pretty soon TikTok is they're going to make one little adjustment, and all of the videos that you're posting that are getting 200, 300, 400 views are going to start to get 12,000, 50,000 views, and your channel's going to explode. But if you just jump from platform to platform, it won't ever work. But anyway, I wanted to just say to you and to everybody who's listening, you should really get on Facebook Reels and be repurposing your content and trying new things on Facebook Reels, only because we're in the part of the cycle right now of the
Mhm.
social media where that one is just, for whatever reason, they figured a couple things out and now it's exploding. And it might be Instagram next. It might be, who knows, you know.
Well,
But you got to be on all of them. And I know you're omnipresent because you're everywhere. You're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you're creating content all over the place. So that's awesome. And eventually, we're going to wake up one day and YouTube Shorts is going to be exploding and it's going to be, going crazy, and who knows? Pinterest is another one too. So anyway, I went on a little rant there, but what's been your secret, or what's worked best for you in your getting 21,000 followers on TikTok? A lot of people haven't done that. A lot of people have struggled to get 1,000 followers on TikTok. What little types of videos and things have you done that have worked well for you?
well, it took me about a month just to get 1,000. So it was a lot of trial and error, and
Yeah.
I think, a lot of it was just figuring out a strategy that worked, figuring out, like, you need some videos that are just to grab people's attention, and then they'll look at other videos because I saw, like, TikTok has kinda been the number 1 that I've used that's got the most success, I think. And with TikTok, like, you have some videos that are just attention grabbers to get people to look at your stuff. And then you can see, like, who's viewing, if it's from your profile page or if it's from the From You page. And I've noticed, like, as I started doing more attention grabbing videos, then the profile views started rising. And so
Mm,
I thought, well, okay, if attention grabbers just to get people's attention, and then have some content videos that are actually like teaching, explaining, or talking about, like the talking head videos talking about the content, and then having some videos that are just sort of funny, just, and entertainment, or like Dave says, the edutainment,
yeah.
something funny to catch their, make it interesting, make it funny. And I'm kind of a goof that way, so I like to do weird, goofy things. But
Nice.
I kind of have a mixture of all three, and I like to have it like
Mm,
every week I'll batch videos and make sure I've got all three kinds in there to because I started doing a series, and that also helped. So started doing like side hustle series, just random side hustles I could find and ones that I had seen, and that was a great attention getter because that would grab people's attention onto the page, and then see stuff about affiliate marketing, see stuff. I started a new one recently, just the last couple of days, about SEO and SCRPs,
yeah.
and trying more and edutainment, or educational kind of content videos. I started kind of staying away from some of the TikTok has really been coming down hard on affiliate marketers when it comes to the community guidelines.
Sure.
especially like anytime you're trying to claim income or say, oh, yeah, you're going to make this much amount, all of a sudden you get flagged left and right. And I've seen quite a few of those for things that like had nothing to do with that, and they get flagged. So I know TikTok's been coming hard around that, and so I've been trying to kind of move away from that and move more into um, like teaching kind of videos.
Yeah, right, bingo. There's some of the best people on TikTok that I know, like Tyler Wise and some other people. Like Tyler's made a lot of videos around like, here's some Google Chrome extensions you didn't know, and like
Yeah.
little things that are subtle and go viral and have a little attachment to his niche, but aren't like aggressive and in your face. And, oh, yeah, totally. And having, even having 2 or 3 accounts as well, and simultaneously growing those. But yeah, the I would say the restrictions and the bans and the things like that are always those happen in every niche and in every industry, and what you learn, I think, over time is how to say things without saying them, right? And that's an interesting thing that needs to happen in the weight loss industry, in the fitness industry, because a lot of these social media platforms, they view certain examples or certain things as claims that you could also do them. In reality, it's like, well, I'm telling my story, dude. Like, but the truth is you have to figure out ways to sort of say like, or create a lot of curiosity. It's not that you need to say something without saying it, but you need to create curiosity around your big idea and be specific enough to your niche and industry, but also sort of vague enough to draw a lot of people in and create mass curiosity, which creates virality. Because if you're just here's the thing, is like there's affiliates of ours who just always talk about affiliate marketers, affiliate marketing in their videos, and it never works. And there's a reason for that, is because people associate affiliate marketing with MLM and network marketing. And that's what people think of when they think of that word. They're not doing good marketing because they don't know how the general public thinks about terminology like that. And it's part of the reason that our business builder challenge video converts so well, is we don't talk about affiliate marketing. We don't actually use the word in our sales video. Um, at least from what I can remember. We talk about freelance digital marketing, and everybody wants to freelance. Everybody wants a side
Hmm.
hustle, but nobody wants to bang on doors and sell lotions, potions, and pills to other network marketers. Like, that sucks. So yeah, I think that no, it's a good point about how to stay consistent with edutainment, education, and also being entertaining. If you just
Hmm.
sit there and talk, and my guess is that might have been, that's probably a different format or teaching style for you, as opposed to teaching a 15-minute class. It's like, okay, I got 15 seconds. So
Yeah,
how have you
condensing.
balanced that? What's that been like?
Well, it actually goes back to when I was teaching kids. Because when I was teaching kids, you can be as goofy as you want, and the more you make them laugh, the more they like you. So
Mm,
I'm like, okay, well, I want to stick with that. So like, I want to have, if I'm having fun, they're having fun. You get more classes, you get more clients. And I thought,
yeah.
yeah, same thing. If people are watching videos and they think I'm funny, because I think I'm funny sometimes, then it's like if I'm having fun, then they're having fun, and that's the entertainment part of it, that they'll keep coming back because it's funny. I mean, I was
Yep.
watching a guy doing cooking videos, and he's hilarious. I think he's from Wyoming, and
Okay.
this Dylan something, and he does these. All he does is he does these really old recipes from like the 30s and from the 20s, but the way
Mm,
he presents it is hilarious. And I watch it, go back and watch him, and my kids will watch him just because it's just funny, and they'll
yep.
watch the same one 3, 4 times because it's still funny. So
Yep.
yeah, it does, the entertainment piece is important because nobody wants to
Yeah.
watch someone that's like a stone face and boring. Yeah.
Right. Totally. 100%. And, whoa, man, what a good takeaway there. People, what did you say? People, like you more when you make them laugh. So
It's true.
true. I mean, when you go on to social media, even if you just spend 5 minutes scrolling through TikTok, the people that you're drawn to are just the people who are entertaining you. That's what they're there for. But I will say this, if people focus their content and people focus a lot about or a lot of their channel and the content they're creating towards edutainment, meaning educating people and actually giving maybe a little nugget and showing them how to do something, but also being a little entertaining and being a little like kind of funny or even, I hate to use the word cute, but kind of like just kind of
Goofy.
playful. Yes.
Yeah.
Playful and goofy and fun. Because, the of all of your videos that you've posted, and there's a lot of them, the top 4 videos in views of all of your videos are what? They're easy side hustles. They're just short, little, tiny videos that basically walk somebody through, "Here's how to do something," you know?
Mhm,
And this has worked since the beginning of TikTok when we started, noticing TikTok back in January of 2020, pre-pandemic. We started noticing that there was something about this TikTok thing, and we saw people start posting videos like that. And here we are 2.5 years later, and those types of videos still get traction. They still grow channels. They still turn followers into leads and leads into sales because they're capturing the moment, right? So side hustle was a big one. I think right now, one of the ones that I've seen work as well, or maybe even better, is work from home, right?
mhm.
And you've got a video that had your fifth most watched video is want to choose when and where to work, right? And so it's like you've totally captured that. There's no wonder that you've got an audience of people who are following and watching your stuff because you're entertaining, but you're also sharing a nugget of information, and people love that. That's what they like. People just love little bites of information. I like it. I like getting, you know, there's maybe only 3 or 4 people that I'll follow for like stock or financial advice. And there's a young guy, lots of people come across my timeline in TikTok who are doing sort of financial advice. I'm always looking for like, what are these people doing for angles? How do they, I'm always studying, studying, studying.
Mhm.
And, it was just random. It just happened to be one guy. I really like this young cat. I don't like younger guys or you gals who are doing financial advice because I'm a little bit like, how much can you actually know? And I just really felt like the way he commanded his presence, and he was kind of funny, but, like, funny in a way that felt like he was in control a little bit,
Sure.
and not manipulative, and it was just it was subtle humor, but it was humor that said, "I know what I'm talking about."
Mhm.
And there's a difference there between somebody who, you look at him and you're like, "You feel like you're insecure, you feel like you're nervous. I don't trust you." You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
there's
'cause
no
if
way
you're
to get
looking
around
for
that just to keep making content and feeling that out.
Mhm. If you're looking for advice, you don't wanna take it from a newbie. You wanna
Mm,
take
that's
advice from someone who knows what they're talking about, someone
right.
experienced. Definitely, and even though I feel like I'm still a complete noob, learning everything as much as I can soak up, I'm trying to be a sponge and soak up everything I can and learn everything I can. I'm still trial and error and everything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I still go back and rewatch the videos just to try to figure out, "Okay, well, how did they do this, and how did they say this, and what's the best way to do this, and what's the best way to say this?" And I'm like, I'm still, like, researching people that are saying, like, "Oh, well, here's some great hooks you can try," and I'm like, "Okay, let's give them a try." Or there's always new things to learn, there's always new strategies coming out there, and yeah, you wanna know from somebody that's experienced, that's been through it. You don't wanna learn from a noob, even though I kinda feel like a noob still, but I'm still learning, but
Yeah, no, you're just still learning. You're definitely not. I mean, nobody with 22,000 followers or 21,000 followers is a newbie. That's nonsense. That's crazy talk. You've acted your way into, 21,000 followers. That's very impressive, and that doesn't really happen just poof overnight. Um, especially in a day and age where a lot of people are skeptical, and there's just this industry has a lot of skepticism. So if you can build trust with that many people that they want to follow you and hear more from you, you've got a good formula going on. And now's a really great time too. I would just encourage you to kind of look back at, some of the stuff that you did right. A lot of times people want feedback about what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I tell people a lot. I'll email back to them and I'll say, well, just go back and look at what you did right. And what were the hooks that sort of grabbed people, and maybe you could adjust them a little. And I've seen people even repost some of the videos that did really well and literally just post the same exact video. Didn't even remove the watermark, and it got the same amount of views. um, Happens all the time. But look back and sort of self-critique, but give a little bit of feedback about to yourself about what worked well and what am I doing right, because our tendency is to say, oh yeah, I'm still learning and I'm still a newbie and I'm still a I'm still a and it's like this kind of self-defeating thing. But the truth is you're basically an expert, where 99% more than, or more than 99% of the people who are scrolling through TikTok wondering, man, there's people out there who make money online. Like, people forget that, right? The danger of you being 6 months into this is that you forget what it's like to be in that first moment where a spark goes off and you learn something brand new. It's the same in the weight loss niche, where that first spark where you have a little bit of hope that maybe you could you could shed that 15 pounds, is that first spark of hope that, like, your dog has been barking at the mailman for 15 straight years. And it's the first video you hear that says, hey, I can get your dog to stop barking. And you're like, no, okay, wait a second. And it's like, and you lean in, and the video itself is the most basic video ever. And most dog trainers would probably make fun of that person because it's like, are you serious? Like, everybody knows that. But there's a whole load of people out there who have never heard that before. And it's the first moment that there's a little spark. And people try to talk too much. They try to overcomplicate all of this. They try to give too much information. They try to give all the details all at once. But all people are looking for is a little, like, spark in their brain that sends a little shockwave through their head, and it gives them a little butterflies in their stomach, and they're like, what, say it, what exactly is going on here? And that's good marketing, and that's the marketing that you've got to be able to get a hook, and you've got to give them a little nugget to prove that your hook wasn't just a misleading whatever. You got to give them a little bit. And that's where you start to build that trust and stuff. Have you ever gone live?
I don't. I've been too nervous to. My nerves get the better of me.
Okay. What's the nerves?
Um, I just the idea of being live, not knowing what to say and not really having a script to think about what to talk about, just and trying to keep it quiet for a full hour.
Yeah.
Now that the kids are gonna be out of school tomorrow, it's like I'm gonna have a full house of kids and a dog, and I couldn't even keep my dog quiet for an hour. So yeah, I probably should. I just haven't.
Let me just tell you something. Um, Whether you do it or not, it won't bother me either way. But of everybody who has any sort of following on TikTok, people explode sales in every industry as soon as they start going live. When that becomes a priority, there is a different level. It's like playing a video game, and a different level unlocks. It's like it's hard to explain how powerful it is. But here's the other thing. You just said a bunch of things that to you, which is fine. To you, you're like, this is a negative. This is a drawback. This is like, I'm going to have kids screaming. I've got all this crap going on, and I got a dog barking in the background and all of that stuff. But in the moment, if you, Victoria, were just like, hey, look, everybody, I know I'm talking about, in your case, you're talking about like making money on the internet. Look, listen, I'm talking about making money on the internet. And I know you might not believe me or whatever, but I'm just telling you, you can hear my freaking kids screaming. You can hear my dog going absolutely wild. Uh, Listen, you don't have to have all your shit together. You don't have to have, some beautiful sound studio in your big $1 million mansion to make money on the internet. Look, I've got, my bookshelves behind me. I'm a teacher, whatever. And I'm just telling you, all of the things that you just said there are your greatest asset. It's the best thing. It's what everybody in the world wants because it's the most relatable, believable thing possible. And for all the people that you haven't gone live with yet or who haven't heard you yet, I mean, Ian's here. Ian goes live for hours on end. He goes live for 4 hours. He'll go live forever. If anybody can tell you this guy's hit platinum, he's going to hit 2x platinum in with our affiliate program in the next, I don't know, 6 months maybe or something. I don't know. But and his lives, people connect with his lives so much, but he's just standing there. I mean, he's just standing there looking at his camera and he's just greeting people and saying, "Hey, what's up? What's going on in life?" And for me, some of the most connectable, influential people in my life were teachers who you've got all your curriculum, you've got all this stuff that you teach, how am I going to fill an hour? But like, I don't remember jack squat from college aside from a few moments where a teacher sort of took that stuff and set it aside for a second and then just sort of like gave me a look or gave me the attention that I needed or gave me something in the
Connection.
moment that was like a powerful breakthrough that I had. And I was like, oh shit, like that's connection. And that's all that people are really looking for. And if you've got dogs screaming in the background and whatever, and it's just chaos moments, the people who are following you who also have those chaos moments are gonna stay on that live, and they're just gonna laugh, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, this is so fun. Like, this is awesome. I don't know what it is about this person, but I love it. And this is great content. I'm all in. This is super cool." And you know what the truth is? I've heard this before. A lot of times people will say, I've had people say this on the Decade in a Day. I've also had people comment this on a Facebook Live. In fact, if you're here with us live, you should comment and let me know what you think about this. But I've had people comment and say things like this. They say things like, it didn't even really matter what they were selling, the person who was on the live. It's just that I wanted to do something to be more involved or more connected to them. I didn't even really look at what they were selling, honestly. All I did is I just said to myself, like, I get a few videos from this person each day or each week. I see them on a live occasionally. Like, how do I get more connected to them? Because they make my life better. And like, that's really it. That's a crazy thing. Humans are crazy, but it's really powerful. You got to do it. You got to do it. Here's my challenge. You got to do it. Do it a couple times a week. Do it once a week, 2 times a week. Don't go crazy. Do 30 minutes. There's no time limits. I mean, if you get 15 minutes in and you're like, dude, this sucks, just get off. It's fine. No one will remember. Literally, no one will even know. No one will even remember. But there is sort of if you can get to an hour or 2 hours or something, you're more likely to get on that For You page. And, all you've really got to do is have conversations with people and, put a green screen up behind your head or something that has like, number one way to make money on the internet in 2022. And then, just have people come in and be like, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Sure.
And you'll get lots of engagement and go viral. And anyway, whatever. Everybody's agreeing though, or some people are agreeing. Absolutely 100%, just to connect. Human needs, connection. And so anyway. Okay.
Yeah, connection's important.
Victoria, for people who are new and who are just getting started with Legendary Marketer, they just bought the challenge. This is like their first time tuning into Wake Up Legendary. Um, what would you say to those people as they're getting started in the challenge and trying to figure out, is this the right fit for them?
I would say don't give up. Keep going, keep consistent, like, keep doing what you do because it takes time to build it up, but once the momentum is there, it will keep going, and, yeah, I would say, like, yeah, I gotta conquer my fears, and, other people need to conquer their fears of being, present, being there, being online, having your face and putting it out there and not being afraid of it, and it's important to just, you know, follow through with all of the 15 days and make sure that you're absorbing as much as you can and learning everything you can, because you never
Totally,
stop learning.
totally, totally, totally. Um, well, cool. Victoria, thanks for coming on. We've gone for 50 minutes this morning. I hope it was valuable to everybody here. And you're gonna have to follow up with me now because I gave you a challenge, and you're gonna have to go on TikTok live, and we're gonna see who shows up, see if any of your followers show up. Um, oh, cool. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking a little bit of your time, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
See ya. All right, everybody, give her a follow on TikTok, and maybe you go and comment and just troll her videos and say, "Hey, when are you going live, Victoria? When are you going live, Victoria?" Um, and give her a follow. And when she does go live, and you've got your case of scoliosis that day, and you're scrolling, and oh my God, Victoria's live. Make sure you go on there and give her a comment and give her a couple of hearts and give her, boost that live for her a little bit. Give her a little juice. And anyway, Victoria Peterson, it's Victoria dot Peterson, and it's spelled Pederson. Give her a follow. We'll be back here tomorrow. Dave will be back Thursday and Friday of this week for more episodes of Wake Up Legendary. See you guys.